Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Friday. It is January 3rd. Is what we've been seeing the last 3 days since New Year's Day, just a warm up, a lead up to something much larger, something that is widespread, a large scale, multi-coordinated attack. There is mounting concern that is the case, and I share that concern after doing a little digging on it, and I will share that. Also have a fantastic passage that I will share with you as well, so stay tuned for that towards the end of the video. But first, I wanted to share with you, and some of you may follow his channel, The Angry Prepper, or Angry Prepper. He has suffered a big loss. His family, his adult son passed away a few days ago, and let's keep him in our prayers. I can't imagine the pain of losing a child, whether they're a child or an adult child. Either way, I mean, I can't imagine that. So let's keep him in prayer in his grief. If you haven't followed him, certainly take a look at his channel. It's called The Angry Prepper. And I just wanted to share that. We were really saddened to hear that. It's a tragedy. Angry Prepper is one of the channels I watched before I started my channel. And he is one of 4 channels that I reached out to. When I first started my channel, I just started it. I believe I'd already started it, actually. I'd done a few videos. They were so bad. They were so lame. And I had a few subscribers. So I reached out to the 4 big ones that I really watched the most. And I emailed them and I asked them, I said, hey, I'm starting a channel. I just want to know, all I want to know is just your tips, your advice for starting a channel, especially in this topic, preparation. And they all responded. And Angry Prepper definitely responded. He gave me some very good advice. So I'll always remember that. Also, the other 3, if you're curious, and I've said this before, but it's been a while. The other 3 that I reached out to were Prepper Now, Prepper Nation, and Pinball Preparedness. And all of them responded and gave me great advice, a lot of encouragement, and I appreciate it. All 4 of them, I recommend them to watch them. I'm going to put a link to all of their channels, those 4. All right. I'm also considering, I will do this. I don't watch too many large channels, the millions. I don't watch a lot of them, some of them. But I typically watch smaller channels. I'm not getting more out of it, It's more informal, and I like that. That's the way I am. I'm informal. I hit record and I talk. I rarely edit anything, as you can tell. So, but I'm thinking about, I'm going to do a video and shout out some small channels, maybe some up and coming ones, maybe ones that have recently started, or maybe they hadn't recently started, but they're trying to grow. In other words, that I watch. Okay. Speaking of channels, if you don't follow this one too, this one I'm about to mention, definitely check it out. Sean Ryan. I'm going to link his channel in the description of this video as well. Sean Ryan. He's done a lot of interviews. He does a lot of interviews, great interviews. But he's been interviewing a lady by the name of Sarah Adams. She was a CIA, I don't know if she still is, I don't think a CIA targeter. And so she was involved in teams that were targeting or going after terrorists. And so she is in the know, definitely. And so Sean has been interviewing her a lot, and especially about the potential danger of attacks here in the United States, as well as in Europe. Her big concern now is 2025, in that their intel indicated that Al Qaeda and ISIS have been in the planning stages to conduct a large-scale, how does she say it, multi-coordinated attack on multiple locations. Now, multi-coordinated, not sure if that's going to be like all in one day, over several days. We don't know. But the way she's describing it is it could make 9/11 look like a warm-up, a dress rehearsal, so to speak. As horrifying as that sounds. But the other thing she mentioned is a lot of this is to, at least for Al Qaeda, to avenge the taking down Osama bin Laden. They said this attacks could be similar to the Hamas style attacks that were carried out against Israeli citizens. Europe and the United States are major targets. As far as targets within the United States, symbols, large cities, Washington, D.C., the capital, New York City could be a huge target, of course. But one of their goals as well is to make a mass impact. I'll put it that way. So large gatherings, I'm sure, would be at risk here. Up to 1,500 of the operatives are believed to be in the country, been in the country. They've probably been here a long time. Probably have come in the last 4 years. And so they take their time in training and planning and preparing. These attacks could involve suicide vests or suicide fighters wearing the vests. They could just walk into a place, we're not ready for something like this. United States, most citizens, most people would be totally unprepared, totally oblivious to anything like this, and will be totally shocked. She said these are the type of people that will not plan to be taken alive. It's not like you're going to arrest these people and take them in. At least that's not the goal. So they will fight to the end until they are ended. I can imagine something like this could overwhelm law enforcement pretty quickly. It could overwhelm first responders, hospitals. One of their tactics is to conduct an attack, have a delay, let the first responders come in, and then follow that up to try to take out as many of them as they can. This has been done around the world. But not here, at least not yet. Heaven forbid. But I'm just putting this out there. This is being talked about. I think people should be aware. I really do. As horrifying as it sounds. What can we do about it? Well, if I were Trump, I'm sure he's aware, hopefully he's aware of this, but I believe one of the first priorities would be an overhaul, a strengthening of our intelligence apparatus in an effort to stop this, as much of this as possible, before it happens. Now, us as individuals, I kind of mentioned this yesterday, but by all means, go about your business. Do your things. Self-defense is a must. Have something, carry something. Make sure you are confident using it. Self-defense, I would avoid large gatherings. that's kind of tough to do sometimes. But I would do my best to do that. I know we are. Even if you're kind of in an average gathering in a big store or something, I don't even like large stores, the big box stores. I'm on edge. I've always been that way though. But especially if you attend a church or large church, especially, make sure they have a security plan. And I'm talking about more than just one cop sitting up there at the one cop walking around with one police car out in the parking lot. It's got to be more than that. It's not good enough. Not in this day and time. It's not enough of a deterrent. That might deter one person. But something like this, or anything like this, no. It needs to be layered. It needs to become more comprehensive. More than just one uniform person. People need to be prepared to be able to react quickly. So churches, schools, I'm concerned a lot for these stadiums that are packed to the gills with people. Even as they exit the stadium, even as they're walking in the stadium or milling about outside, the big parties, the tailgating, the mass transit. Big landmarks, that kind of thing. If you look at the last 3 days, is what we have seen the last 3 days a lead up, just a taste. I mean, that's just my thought, but when have we seen this many things just right after the other? There's a lot of it. There's more than just one or two. You got the New Orleans truck situation where the guy runs into these people down in the French Quarter down on Bourbon Street. You got that. You got the Las Vegas Tesla truck bomb. I believe those are linked, definitely. You also have the Antifada March in New York. Those things take planning. That just happened. They had to plan that ahead of time. Pipe bombs were found in Virginia. This 18-wheeler semi-truck in South Carolina near Greenville on I-85. It shut down I-85 in both directions yesterday or the day before, can't remember, for hours. This was a bomb threat on an 18-wheeler truck. Yesterday, a small plane crashed into a warehouse in Southern California. It killed 2 people. What's next? That's my question is what's next? Now, I did hear some other little things like a mall, I think in Texas, or was it, I can't remember what state it was, a big shooting in a mall. That could be just random crime that we see, that we hear about at least. There might be some other stuff that I'm not even mentioning. I'm not even thinking about right now. Y'all tell me. But share your thoughts on it. But yeah, I think, what's next? I think that, we don't know. But I believe we've got to be prepared as best we can now. What else can we do? Talk to neighbors. I know that's kind of touchy. That's sensitive. But I think being aware of what's going on around your neighborhood, that can even be online, these neighborhood sites. You can really find out a lot about even just random crime, what's going on. Your community, your neighborhood, what's going on? Are you seeing different people that you've never seen before? Does it look shady? Pay attention. Let's be observant and pay attention to that. There's local intelligence is a real thing. Intel. I mean, it's, we just have to pay attention. Be confident in your self-defense tools. How's your medical supplies look? Learn CPR or recertify. Anything we can do to get an edge, to prepare, I think is good. I did see a while ago, this is another topic. I did see a while ago where Mike Johnson was, I guess, voted in again, I guess, by the House of Representatives as Speaker of the House again. That was a very close vote from what I noticed there. But take that for what you will. Share your thoughts on that. I'm not even gonna give a commentary on that. I'm gonna let y'all. I don't know what to think anymore. But I know one thing: we got to pretty much do nothing Congress, and that includes Republicans. Most of them, not all. I know. I'm gonna go to a passage. But before I do that, I know some of the things I was reporting on sounds really bad, but I think it's important to at least be aware of what is being talked about. It's not an effort to scare anybody. I think it should definitely make us want to be observant and prepare. Go about your business. Do not be scared. Do not be afraid. That's what these people want. That's what they want. And we will not do that. We will not be afraid. Okay. I'm not. Okay. Oops. Going to passage. Going to Galatians. Galatians chapter 1 verse 10 says, "For I am now seeking the favor of men or God? Or am I striving to please men? If I were still trying to please men, I would not be a bondservant of Christ." You want to have more likes from God than people. And I'm guilty of it too. I know, social media, I got X number of likes and all that kind of stuff. It's cool. But the end of the day, we want to please God more than we want to please any human, y'all. Most of them, you don't even know them, So let's focus on that first. Pleasing God. That's number one. Spiritual preparation. And staying close to Jesus, right? Let's keep that in mind. We can do that. Share your thoughts. Going into a weekend. Be safe. Be careful out there. And again, do your thing. Don't get strung out on this stuff. Don't be afraid. I just can't say that enough. Okay? We will persevere. We are strong. We are here for a reason, right? All right, again. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon.